Let me say something that might make some people uncomfortable. Most folks got life insurance and still ain't protected. Yeah, yeah, I said it. Because you walking around with a policy that only works after you die. Now think about that for a second. You telling me you can get sick, lose your income, rack up medical bills, and your protection plan is just sitting there like, call me when you gone. That ain't protection. That's a payout. Let me paint you a picture. I knew a guy, solid dude, worked hard, took care of his family, did everything right. Had life insurance too. Thought he was covered. Then one day, doctor hits him with the news. You got a serious condition. Now everything changes. Income slows down, bills speed up, stress goes through the roof. And guess what his life insurance did? Nothing. Because he wasn't dead. Now imagine that same situation, but this time he got a policy with living benefits built in, same diagnosis, but now he can access part of that death benefit while he's still alive. Now the story changes. Now, instead of panic, he got options. He can pay medical bills, cover the mortgage, replace lost income, take care of his family while he's still here, and most importantly, he can focus on getting better, not going broke. That's what people don't understand about living benefits. This ain't about dying. This is about what happens if you don't die. Let's break it down real simple because this is where the game changes. First, access when life hits. If you face a terminal illness, a critical illness like a heart attack or stroke or a chronic condition where you can't take care of yourself, you can tap into that policy, not later. Now, and here's the part that surprises people. Most of the time, those riders are already built in, meaning you're not paying extra for it. That's like having airbags in your car, but nobody told you they were there. Second, control over your money. When you access those funds, you don't have to justify how you use it. You want to pay for treatment, bring in home care cover, everyday bills, or just breathe without financial pressure. That's your call. Third, tax advantage. Now, this part right here, this is where people start paying attention. That money you access generally comes out tax free. So not only are you getting help when you need it, you're not getting taxed while you're already going through it. Fourth, market protection. Now let's talk about the structure for a second, because this ain't just about living benefits. An IUL gives you a 0% floor, meaning when the market drops, you don't lose, but when it grows, you still participate. So now you got protection, potential growth, liquidity, and living benefits all in one system. Now, before you get too excited, let's keep it real because everything got trade offs. Here's what you need to understand first. If you use living benefits, that money comes out of your death benefit, meaning what's left for your family will be reduced. So this becomes a decision. Do you want the money later or do you need it now? Second, you don't just wake up and say, yeah, I want to use it. There are qualifications. Doctors have to verify the illness, the severity, the condition. So this ain't a free for all. But let me ask you something. Would you rather have access to money when life hits and maybe leave a little less behind, or leave the full amount behind but struggle while you're still alive? Because that's the real conversation. See, most people buy life insurance thinking about death, but the real risk is what happens before that. You don't plan for getting sick, missing income, needing long term care, but statistically, that's way more likely than dying early. So the question isn't, do I have life insurance? The question is, does my life insurance actually protect my life? Because if your plan only works when you're gone, you didn't build protection, you built a payout. And in this game, the people who win ain't the ones who just leave money behind. It's the ones who make sure they don't lose everything while they're still here. That's the difference. And most people don't even know it exists.